Hi, I'm Miss Amanda, and I'm an English teacher at VSA Future. I've been a licensed educator for 14 years. Today, I'd like to take the opportunity to share information about a course offering for the summer program. It is a combined reading comprehension and vocabulary course. So one of the most important things as an educator that I always pay attention to is the connection between vocabulary, reading, and writing. Students always want to improve their writing. However, it is always a step to get there with vocabulary and reading. So again, one thing that I really want you just to take away from this information is that it is all connected. It's all a process. So today what we wanted to look at is really the focus at VSA Future. At VSA Future, we are always committed to student learning. We want to look at what the student needs, where are they presently, and what are the future goals. And we know that we always want to take them to the next level. So our vision is to help boost our children's education. And we would really like to help overcome some of the learning deficiencies from the COVID-19 pandemic learning loss. In our classrooms, we have interactive virtual lessons and we have one-on-one teacher feedback. Our goal is for students to become analytical thinkers, deft writers, and confident public speakers. We want them to enrich their core academic skills and preparing them for the challenges of tomorrow. So again, it's not just about one assignment to the next, it is about the holistic view of our students and what can we do to help them. In our approaches, we are always teaching students how to research, how to build, and support their original ideas with clarity and precision throughout our English classes, our writing classes, and our public speaking classes. So again, everything is all connected throughout a variety of skills. We also equip students with a firm grasp on mathematical concepts and data analysis. So VSA Future features a comprehensive program for students to enhance and develop their foundational skills in both English and math. We also want to highlight the progress of our students, and we are just so absolutely proud of them. Recently in 2021 and 2022, VSA Future student winners have Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. As you can see, they've been getting awards in national and regional areas. And one thing to highlight is that 0.8% of 230,000 entries received awards. That's a very small percentage. And several of those awards belong to our own VSA Future students. So we are really so proud of them. And it shows that our foundation is rooted in what the student needs. So some foundations of writing skills. Now, one of the really important things that we want to talk about with our program is that our class curriculum is designed and coordinated by our educational staff and our teachers using licensed materials. You don't have to purchase any additional textbooks. That's not necessary, and all learning materials will be provided to the students. So everything is developed by our educational staff and all of our teachers. So the foundation of our writing skills, as I mentioned earlier, it is all part of a process. Writing is essential to communication, okay? In the writing process, we must grasp our language. And the best part to do that is with vocabulary. Phonics help children comprehend letter-sound correspondences to reading, and a strong vocabulary helps children write more formally. Also, using grammar will express yourself fully, clearly, and subtly. Reading exposes children to other styles, different voices, and a variety of genres in writing. And again, I cannot stress this enough. As a teacher throughout my career, I always have students say, I want to improve my writing. But what's necessary is putting in the work in developing your vocabulary and your reading skills. So this is a perfect course to help build those foundations. Also, what better time than summer? You can take the intensive courses and you can, choose a variety of sessions to help build those skills. Now, again, just to show you that writing is a process, when we think about writing a short article, we always want to start with a word, an idea, a group of phrases, a sentence, then we build into a paragraph, and then we build into multiple paragraphs. And as you can see, at the root and the heart of all of that is your vocabulary, your word choices, your grammar. All of those things build on the next. So when we talk about vocabulary in writing, again, as a teacher, I can always tell my strongest writers have a great foundation in reading and vocabulary. They're always reading, they're always studying vocabulary words, they're inquisitive about their vocabulary, they are asking questions. When they're coming across words they don't know, they look them up and they're using their strategies. So this is a perfect course to help teach your child strategies for learning vocabulary. Vocabulary in writing is the key to children understanding what they hear and read in school. It is key to successful verbal and textual communication. It is the key to enhancing a student's writing. Again, studies have shown strong links between having an extensive vocabulary and achieving school success. I can tell you from personal experience as an educator, that is absolutely true. And again, I always see a remarkable difference in the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year in my students' writing after working so intensively with vocabulary and reading. So the importance of the vocabulary skills. Identifying the unfamiliar words in context. Unfortunately, it's really common for students once they come across a word that they don't understand is just to skip it. And that doesn't help them because then they lose a lot of the meaning in their text. So they also want to enhance their existing knowledge with new words. Most importantly for me as an educator is to read with ease and enjoyment. When you're frustrated when you're reading, it takes away a lot. You also want to articulate ideas clearly and effectively. And again, with everything connected, strengthen not only your reading, your writing, but your speaking outcomes. So our goals at VSA Future for our summer vocabulary course would be to learn Greek and Latin roots. Once you learn the roots, it can really help you start unlocking all of the new words that you may encounter. Identify synonyms, identify parts of speech, apply correct usage, identify and construct analogies. Additionally, we are really big into application. So developing sentences with proper context clues. So we can learn all the definitions we want, but more importantly, we want to learn how to apply them. So some study strategies, we again look at our root words, we work with the definitions, we work on a lot of practice with sentence completion, analogies, utilizing parts of speech for context, sentence construction. Pairing visual clues is one thing, again, throughout my career that I have found to be really, really useful as a study resource. And then again, we use application examples. So for example, when would you use the word or how would you use the word? Additionally, the importance of reading comprehension. So as a follow-up to our vocabulary, we want to look at reading comprehension. How do we develop and adapt strategies to understand not only fictional reading, but nonfiction? So these are more of the works that our students will encounter on an everyday basis. We also want to construct meaning from a text and be able to explain, question, and analyze those connections. We want to interact with the text and the context to learn new information. Build a lifelong relationship and a love of reading by making it easy to access and enjoy. Our class goals for reading comprehension. Target specific reading strategies and practice questions. We'll always start with a grade level appropriate text. Again, all of our materials are licensed and developed and designed with our educational staff. We want to implement vocabulary and context strategies. We're looking at our perspective, our voice, our tone, and writing structures. Most importantly, time management techniques. There will always be situations where our students will have testing situations or exams in the future. And, again, from experience, a lot of those sections have timed reading passages. So we also work on practicing our time management while reading. We also practice structured reading comprehension exercises. We'll go through those as guided discussions, open-ended questions, and multiple choice questions. Some strategies for reading comprehension. We want to review the questions before reading the passage to anticipate information. So we'll really focus on before reading strategies, during reading, and after reading. We want to activate any prior knowledge, summarize key ideas, make inferences, and search and select details throughout the passage. We focus our strategies for grades 3 through 9. Some reading comprehension summer class goals. Again, we're reading the grade level appropriate passages, answering multiple choice questions, and develop a targeted writing response with some class discussion engagement. So those are our activities. So some things that we can expect throughout our class lessons, some skills that we're focusing on. And these are things, again, that will not only just be isolated to this class, but they will overlap in all of their other academic areas where reading is critical. We're looking at word choice, point of view, central ideas and themes, analyzing our author's tone, purpose, and word choice, identifying text and plot structures, summarizing and connecting key ideas, and citing evidence to support the ideas. So while it's great that we have ideas, we need to develop them. So a short demonstration for our vocabulary summer class. So you can expect something to begin the lesson. We would look at our Greek and our Latin roots. We look at words, for example, dehydrate. So we would learn the word, we would learn the root. It comes from the Greek root hydra, meaning water. It's a verb and it means to lose water or moisture. And we would look at how to use it in context. So for example, running a marathon without drinking water will likely dehydrate a runner. Again, from my teaching experience, visual clues help a lot of learners as well. So we will pair them with pictures. So you can expect to see a few vocabulary words for each lesson. And again, we'll focus on a few at a time and get them, really intensely studied. So we would have the word aquatic. It's an adjective. When we go over the definition, living or taking place in the water, we have our picture and we have a sample sentence. And then students would also have another word, for example, marina. It's a noun, small harbor. We have a sentence and a visual clue. Now then students would also practice using those words. They would have a sentence using aquatic, a sentence using marina, and these are things that the teacher would be able to give instant feedback. And I think that's what's really important. We would give you feedback, at our discretion, and the students would be able to go back and fix sentences as needed. Another application activity we would look at is not only just studying the words that were provided, but then seeking out words that are similar. So words that have similar roots, hydra, aqua, and mar. Again, then we would use some application exercises. So for example, when would you use aquatic as an adjective? And what are some things that you might hear, smell, or see at a marina? We also have fill in the blank sentence completion, so working through those strategies. And then we also have analogies. So teaching analogies are really useful, again, for test and exam preparation. From my knowledge and experience, a lot of testing and exams do feature analogy sections. And then we have a short vocabulary quiz to assess our knowledge of our vocabulary words that we've just learned. So that's just like a short demonstration or a sample of what you can expect from class activities. So same thing for reading comprehension, things that we would spend our time in class doing. We would have a short passage, something that is accessible for each grade level. Okay, you can see that is scored with the Lexile score, and that makes it appropriate for 5th grade for this particular passage. So this passage is called The Rich Man and the Bundle of Wood. We would teach before reading strategies. So we would learn to look at the questions, okay, text-dependent questions. These are multiple choice. We always want to begin by reading the questions and just going back. You could see the gray box on top. I always instruct students to read that introductory information to help you anticipate anything about the text. We also have open-ended responses. So again, we do give a variety, not just multiple choice. And we're always reading those questions first. So again, just to show you how this exercise might look in class, we would read this together. This is that gray box, and it's put into a slide. We'd read the passage. And as we're going through, we would have some class discussion. And the class discussion is not just surface level. While the details are critical, we're looking at deeper meaning. Okay, so when we're looking at the character of the rich man and the priest and the poor man, how should he have treated those two? And why might he need to show others kindness? So we're looking at making connections. We're looking for more than just one word answers or a short sentence response. We are looking at those insightful responses that we can take evidence and pair with our ideas. We also look at real time and real world connections. So for example, describe a time when you needed someone to show you generosity. So that helps to give our text relevance, and it also helps to make connections and just make reading more enjoyable. So again, we would continue class discussion with different types of ideas here and different levels of ideas. And we also ask students to justify why or why not they feel a certain way or why they think a certain way about a topic. So as you can see in a strategy with our multiple choice questions, so this is part of our post-reading strategy. We're looking at like a search and select for details, more or less. So we're going to also teach students how to skim and search through a passage for things that will help them answer the multiple choice questions. Okay, same idea here. We're always going to look through and like skim and scan after we read. So our format, we have different levels spanning D through H. So that encompasses grades 3 through 9. So at each level, we're looking at different vocabulary strategies, different reading comprehension strategies, and our class format is typically twice a week. So again, for our class schedule, we do have 3 sessions you may choose from. Session 1 is June 27th to July 14th. Session 2 is July 18th to August 4th. And session 3 is August 8th to 25th. You may choose one or more sessions, and they are on Monday and Wednesday evenings. If there is sufficient demand, there will be Tuesday and Thursday classes offered. Our class size is 6 to 10 students, and all of our teachers at VSA Future have 4 to 18 years of experience in teaching English, language arts, reading comprehension, and writing. So again, remember that our class curriculum is designed by our educational staff and our teachers. We have licensed materials. You will not need to purchase any additional textbooks or learning material, or all of the learning materials will be offered to our students. So there is no additional materials to purchase. So again, just some takeaways. Our goal for this course over the summer is to strengthen vocabulary for academic, professional, and personal purposes, develop vocabulary enrichment strategies, utilize specific and targeted reading strategies for different types of reading purposes, and understand the connection between your increased vocabulary and improved reading. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. You may find all of our information at vsafuture.com. Please check out our educational YouTube videos as well. And we hope to see you this summer. Our spots are limited and you can register online. Again, we hope to see you this summer to work on vocabulary and our reading.